Hey guys, it's Ryan from the Melbourne Centre of Healing here. So, at the centre here, we're all about looking within. We're about not looking externally for whatever it is we need, whether that's love, happiness, joy, peace. We're all about doing that 180 and coming back inside and finding it within ourselves. So what I want to give you today is a practical tip about how we can apply this into our life. So, we all get that feeling from time to time, and it can be different for everyone. It's like a compulsion is probably the best word I can use. And that compulsion can be like, shit, I need to go to the gym. Shit, I need to go to the shops. Or it's 5 o'clock, shit, I need a drink. Or shit, I need to go buy drugs. Like, it's that compulsive side of us that I need something to happen right now. Okay, and I'll use an example from my own life. You know, I get it sometimes, like on the weekend, and I'm like, oh, I have to go to the gym. And all of a sudden I have to pick up everything and pack my shit and go to the gym, right? So in that moment, as soon as that compulsion comes up for whatever it is, gym, shops, alcohol, whatever, that I have to do this thing, what I try and do is ask myself, what am I trying to escape from? What am I trying to escape from? And this is powerful because all of a sudden it stops you. So you're not caught up in the doing. It stops you and you're actually asking yourself what's really going on in here. And that's going to be different for everyone. But asking that question is really powerful. Whether you ask it and it just stops you for 3 seconds, that's not important. It's important that you ask it because that's going to lead to more internal inquiry. And maybe you do quickly duck down the pub and start drinking. But then when you're halfway through that beer, you're still thinking about it. You're like, why? What am I trying to escape from here? So for me, when I feel that compulsion, if I ask myself that question, generally it's the feeling. So the feeling in my body is generally it's an anxiety. It's not hectic or anything. Like on a scale of 0 to 10, it's probably a 2 or 3. Right? But there's that little bit of gnawing anxiety. Then I sort of ask, that's the feeling in my body. What are the thoughts that come along with that? And the thoughts that come along with it are generally that I should be doing this thing. Whatever it is, I should be doing that. I should be doing that. Okay, what happens then? When I ask myself and I know exactly where it's coming from, then I can address that. Because I can say to myself, whenever we're caught in that state where we're saying I should be doing something, we're not in the present moment. We're actually resisting and not accepting what's happening right now. And we're projecting out into the future. Okay, that phrase, I should be doing something else, implies some sort of guilt and shame that what's happening right now isn't good enough. And when I ask myself that, I can look around and go, what is happening right now is absolutely bloody perfect. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And I understand that when I'm caught in that moment, I'm either in the future or the past in my mind. And seeing as life only ever happens in the present moment, in those moments I can say to myself, hang on, I'm not even actually living right now. Because if I'm out in the future or the past and life happens right now, what am I doing? So all this stuff can come up from asking this simple question. It sort of stops you in your tracks. Instead of being caught up like that snowball down the mountain, you can actually stop in your tracks and say, what am I trying to escape from? And I think you'll be really surprised about what comes up. And always focus first on what's happening in your body. That's important. Maybe I've just got this anger that I need to get out, okay? And I can feel that in my fists. What thoughts come along with that? For me, it's the anxiety, but for everyone, it's different. So I encourage you all to give it a shot. That's all from me today. Peace out.